This is a new day for JCPS. It's a day grounded in stability, a day grounded in accountability, a day grounded in opportunity.
JCPS Superintendent Dr. Brian Yearwood promising that the financial situation in Kentucky's largest school district is finally starting to stabilize. This is Wave News at 5. I'm Brian Schlonsky. Myra's off tonight. Dr. Yearwood delivered his first State of the District address today after taking the superintendent job last summer. And he couldn't ignore that $188 million budget deficit that has led to job cuts and plans to close schools. Wave News reporter Fernando Garcia-Francescini was there as Dr. Yearwood delivered his speech. And Fernando, the superintendent, acknowledged that it's been a rough couple of months for JCPS.
Yeah, Brian, I think that would be putting it mildly. Dr. Yearwood didn't really shy away from addressing the elephant in the room and talking about what's on everyone's minds nowadays. You know, he says JCPS leaders are working to make JCPS a destination district, and he says fixing the budget crisis will help them get there. He says financial stability is what the district's 94,000 students deserve. Dr. Brian Yearwood has spent his first months as JCPS superintendent tied at the hip with an unexpected guest, a $188 million budget shortfall.
I'm convinced the deficit has its own seat at the table. It shows up early and it stays late and never misses a conversation.
But during his first State of the District address, Dr. Yearwood said that threat is finally starting to lose its voice.
The state of our district is this: we are facing reality. We are building stability.
Within JCPS right now, that looks like reducing central office spending by $44 million and slashing the operations and transportation budget by $13 million.
Stabilizing our finances allows us to move forward with clarity, with purpose, and focus on what matters most.
But some, like the representative for JCPS support staff, worry about the possibility of student success when positions, including elementary school bookkeepers, are getting axed.
We are all educators. It takes all of us to make the system work. And when you start taking those resources out of the schools, it makes it harder on everyone, and especially the students.
Dr. Yearwood, however, doubled down on his mission of ensuring each one of the 94,000 JCPS students experiences one full year of academic growth. And while he recognizes the cuts are tough, he says this is the way to get there.
This is not about a deficit. It is about destiny. The destiny of JCPS. And I refuse to believe that 94,000 futures cannot rise because a deficit tried to stand in the way.
Now, Dr. Yearwood says they are still negotiating up to $30 million in additional sustainable savings. For that reason, he says he's still not comfortable saying that the district is done with making job cuts. Fernando Garcia-Francescini, Wave News.